Hey guys, Dragon Tooth here. Gonna bring you another jailbreak video. It's gonna be a tweak, Applocker. It kinda gives itself away with the name, but what it does is you can lock any app or any folder from being opened from anywhere. So from your springboard, if you have maybe your multitasking enabled in your lock screen, you can stop them from being opened from there, or even your multitasking from anywhere, any shortcuts, anything like that. But yeah, I'm just going to dive right in. It does have an SB settings toggle right there, Applocker. So I'm just going to turn that on. And what you can have is, when you turn it on or off, you can have your passcode. So that's just my passcode, if you guys saw that. And then there it is. So now, one of them that I have locked, my settings. Then this comes up. It's a pretty cool animation, but because of the lag in iDemo, it doesn't show you. But take my word for it, it's pretty cool. But so if I go and I launch it, if I put in the right passcode and everything, then it'll launch it just like normal. I find this really good to use when I'm like maybe at a friend's house, or where maybe I'm maybe at school and somebody else is using my iPod, right? I don't want them going in changing my passcode or anything, even though they probably wouldn't know how because it's jailbroken, but still. But Applocker, again, you have to put in your passcode for your panel, but then it doesn't add an icon to your lock screen, to your springboard. But it does. But you do change settings in the settings app. To go through it, you have your regular enable, disable. You have your session locking. So that's kind of like if you disable your iPod with like the regular passcode lock, just the 4-digit, then it's kind of like that. Lock settings, lock device on fail. So if you do fail, I'll show you that right now. Right, I'll just put in the wrong passcode and go launch. Then you can see that it locks my iPod, right? And then you have to go back in and whatever, right? But yeah, that's what that does. Auto launch. Oh yeah, here's the auto launch. Never really had to use that ever. Animated animation type, that's the cool transition I showed you guys, well, told you guys about. Numeric keypad, so you can have this either like a typing password or a number password. I have it as the number password. Session launching. Once something gets unlocked, everything is unlocked. Oh, okay, that's what that is. And then, yeah, your passcode is stored in plain text. It goes on and it has lots of explanation, just like this. Your applications, right? You can say whether or not they're locked or unlocked, right? So as you can see, lots of my personal stuff. Right, iTunes, mail, right, maps, I'm not going to do anything, right, they can't get to any of my personal stuff. Music, that could probably be, so could that, right, and so that's just how you do it. That probably should be, right, I'm not going to go through this now since the last time I used this. I've installed a lot more apps since then, but a lock from jiggle mode, so then they can't rearrange your home screen, delete anything, stuff like that. Invert selection, that's just off. Right, if you saw, all mine were on, right, and that means that they're locked, but if you just invert it, then off is when they're locked, right? Something simple. Don't lock launching apps from these places. right? So like I said, notifications banner, post app launch. So that's like if you click on an ad in a app and it's supposed to take you to Safari or the App Store or something, then you have to put in your passcode before you can launch those if you have those locked. So that's applications. Folder locking, you just put the name of your folder in there, and yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought my recording stopped. But yeah, so you just put the name in there, you enable it, and I think that you can only lock 5, but I'm not sure. Never locked folders, just the things. Reset password phrase. That's if you have it locked. I don't know, how do you do that? Oh yeah, you set the secret phrase. So yeah. And more, you have layout locking. Turn on the lock home screen icon layout editing jiggle mode. Yeah, and this one's really cool. I don't have it right now enabled, but disable Applocker on a certain network. So you put in the Wi-Fi network, and then once you connect to it, then it will disable it. So like for me, that would be really good. That's actually something I might want to do. But so per se, if I leave home, right, then it'll enable it so that anywhere I go, so if I lose it or lose my iPod or something like that, then then nobody can get into any of my personal stuff. But when I come home, then it'll disable it, so then I don't have to go through the hassle, right? It's not that big of a hassle, but I don't have to go and disable it, right? Very, very smart thinking there. And then disable photos and apps. So if you're in the camera app, then and you go to and you click, I think it's the bottom left-hand corner, then it'll take you to your photos, and it'll and nothing will be there. So if you give your iPod or iPhone to somebody to take a picture, and then they can't go and they can't look at everything that is in your personal photo stream, which is very, very smart thinking as well. And guys, that is really it. So that's all I have for you guys with this one. I'm gonna remind you guys, go check out my website. Very, very nice website, designed it myself at Webs. But yeah, come register and comment on what you guys want from this YouTube channel. Any recommendations, anything like that, you guys can post in there. And yeah, so support the developer, you guys, at ModMyEye, if you have to, Exelis. And I will catch you guys later.